Analysis of square root story. Let's go back to the story and recall the conversation between Shiva and Surya. Shiva said, Guru had told that with every misdeed, Yash was left with square root of his powers. However, if you go on taking the square root of a positive number, the last value would be 1 and never 0. Let's analyze Shiva's statement. We will analyze it with the help of number 36. Let's see this with the help of an example. As we see, the square root of 36 is 6 and the square root of 6 is 2.44949. If we keep taking the square root of subsequent results, we will get 1 finally, as shown. Subsequent square root of a positive number converge towards 1. That's what Shiva tried to explain Surya, and that's why Yash returned for meditation again. He knew that even though it was not as rewarding as family life, he would gain powers. Even if the power reduces up to square root of previous powers, his powers would never reduce to 0. So, devil would never overcome him. Right? So, Yash understood this and he returned back to meditation, as discussed in the story. Let's find the square root of 590. We will find the square root with long division method. As we can see, there is 14 left as a remainder. What does this remainder say? Yes, the remainder says that 590 is not a perfect square. And the second thing is, if we subtract the remainder 14 from a given number, that is 590, we get a perfect square. 14 subtracted by 590, we get a result of 576. Now let's check whether 576 is a perfect square or not. Let's find the square root of 576. As we have no remainder left, it means 576 is a perfect square. It's a simple logic, isn't it? If we subtract a remainder from the number, there would be no remainder left if we apply long division method on the result. Now we can also make perfect square by adding a number. We have seen to make a number a perfect square by subtracting. Now let's see how to make a number perfect square by adding a number. If we add the difference between the given number and its successive perfect square, we get a perfect square. First of all, how will we find the successive perfect square? It's very simple. As we have seen, the quotient in the long division method for 590 was 24. So we just need to increase the number by 1. The successive number is 25. The successive number is 25 and its square is 625. We can say 625 is a successive perfect square. Therefore, we subtract 590 from 625. The result is 35. Now let's add 35 to the number 590. What do we get? We get 625, which is a perfect square. So we conclude that the number which is to be added is 590 minus 625, that is 35. Happy learning!